Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Uncle Bruce here from Stock Markets with Bruce. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a video today about a financing that Coinbase just announced. We've heard some words on this deal a couple days ago. They were planning to raise about $1 billion, and they were going to use a cap call transaction to do it. And that caught my radar. I thought I better investigate this, and I've been waiting for the company to release some details of the deal, which they finally did tonight after the bell. And I'm going to share them with you, and I'm going to give you kind of my opinion on this deal, whether you want to look at acquiring these shares, buying options, doing a credit spread. Is there any way you want to participate in this stock for potential movement and to make some dinero? We'll find out. Look, the company was announcing the other day that they were thinking of doing a $1 billion offering, a senior note offering, and they were going to negotiate a pretty good interest rate, and they were planning to keep the note alive until about 2030. Today, we found out that they upped the deal to $1.24 billion net to them after commissions and fees. So instead of raising around a billion, they're going to get 1.2 billion. They're going to pay an interest rate of only a quarter of a percentage point. 0.25% interest is all it's going to cost them. That's a good deal for the company. Very good deal for Coinbase. They're going to eliminate some debt that they're carrying on their books. Some debt they owe only 0.5% interest on. Some they owe 3.3% on, and some they owe 3.6% on. So they're going to eliminate that. I don't have exact dollars for you, but whatever's left over is going to be available for general corporate purposes. They're going to use some cash to buy a cap call option, but we don't know how much it is, and we'll have to wait for that detail to come out a little later. What we are aware of now is I now know what the conversion price is going to be for the stock, so that they can take this 1.24 billion in paper and they can switch it out for stock if the shares perform and go higher. So I can talk to you about that. So the first thing I want to do for you is I want to show you what the stock has been doing. So let me pop this up right here for you, and let me show you a couple of little pieces of information. First of all, Coinbase closed is in the aftermarket right now, trading at $237. But more importantly, I wanted to show you just what today's action was. And if you take a look right here, you can see that the close on the stock today was $233.67. It dropped $18 a share today. Okay. On top of that, I'm going to come out here and show you this little chart. This is a 1 month chart on the stock to give you a little bit of perspective as to where we've been lately. Back in February here, the shares were trading in and around this 170 range. By the time we got to beginning of March, we were now approaching through 200, and then all the way up here to 220, 230. And then we hit all-time highs just a couple of days ago. Right here, March 11th, we topped out at 271.65, the all-time high, or at least 52-week high for the company's stock. All right. The interesting thing to me is that the shares reached this high here, and I knew that when I heard about the deal, they're going to have to lower the price of the stock, and the lower they drop the price of the stock on the open market, the lower the conversion price would be down the road. And usually what you do is you raise cash at a set price, and then you convert it if the stock was up 130% of the value of the said closing price. So if they would have closed the stock at $200 a share, again, this is just an example, they would have then added 30% to that. They would have had a $260 conversion price to the stock for the note holders. And if you close it at $300 a share and you go with a 30 percentile, it would be a $390 price per share. So just to give you an idea of what we're talking about. What they ended up doing here, however, is they ended up doing a deal where they closed it at 200 and forgive me while I'm researching my notes here. They closed it at 251.73. So 251.73 was the closing price yesterday evening. So it's not even today's close. That's part of the picture. Now multiply by 130%, and your conversion rate on this deal is $333. There we go, and 54 cents. That's the conversion rate on this $1.2 billion deal. Now you take $1.2 billion, divide it into $333 a share, you come out to around 4 million shares. So we're going to take 4 million shares off the free trading area and put them into the hands of institutions between now and 6 years from now. That's what this deal is in the big picture. Now, for me and for you, I'm not all that excited about this deal. I'll tell you why. Because you just hit 271 a share just the other day. Here's the 52-week high range right here. There's 271.65. And the conversion is $333. That is pretty high from here. They didn't even use the low price of the day today, which was right here at 220, 227. There's our low of the day, 227 right there, with a 248 high of the day. They didn't use any of these numbers, and so the conversion is pretty high. It's not a lot of stock being taken off the street. If you go over here to these stats right here, and this is kind of where I want to show you what's going on here. You take a look right here, you can see that the days range today, 227 to 248. The 52-week range, $46 to 271. The market cap is $61 billion, basically. There's 195 million shares outstanding, and there's 169 million free trading. They're only going to take 4 million of the 169 million off of there and put them over into institutional hands. It's not going to make a big difference on the float of the stock. So I don't see the shares rising very high on this deal that's been announced today. What could make the shares go higher would be if there's today's chart. It would be if the cryptocurrency prices continue to rise up in price. And speaking of crypto, here we are right here. Let me show you right there. Look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. You can see how they all rose in price today. These are going to have to continue to rise at the record rates. The Bitcoin alone, if Bitcoin were to go to $90,000, $100,000 instead of being at $71,000, now you got something that might be in play here. Now you have a company, Coinbase, making a ton of money off of much more money off of Bitcoin and the commissions they're charging for people to buy and sell this stuff. Same with these other currencies here, these other units, anything like that. If these all are going to go higher in price, then yes, for Coinbase, it could mean a much higher price per share, higher than the 271, and maybe they'll go through 300 a share. So I don't recommend you try to chase the Coinbase deal based on the announced financing. I don't think that's going to move the market very much. What's going to move the market, I think, is the increased pricing of cryptocurrencies, and that will give these guys more cash flow. It's true, $1.2 billion will allow them to pay off debt, but they don't have debt at 15%. They have debt at 3.3%, 3.6%. They're saving, they're saving that much money on maybe $500 million to $1 billion, 20-30 million a year. Oh yeah, again, I'm not poo-pooing that. But with a company with a market cap of over $69 billion now, this isn't going to do, or 60 billion market cap, not going to make a heck of a difference at this point in time. They will double their income, triple their income, quadruple their income, the higher the currencies go. The lower the currencies go, the stock's going to go down. The higher the cryptocurrencies go, the stock will go up. And the stock right now is trading at 867 times price earnings. It's way too rich. Look, for the investors who are buying this convertible deal, it's a 6-year deal, and they're gambling like anyone else is gambling. They're figuring, well, I'll get some percentage on this money for now, not much, but convert into $300 stock. The cap call transaction, apparently the option they have tops out at $500 and something like $504 or something like that. Double the $250 price, 503.46. So the stock's got to get to 503 for Coinbase to not have to use any of their stock from their treasury to make this deal work out. And we're at 236 tonight. So this is a huge move required to make that happen. And the only one thing that's going to make this happen, there's always one thing that you have to worry about or wonder about. In this case, the one thing is the value of cryptocurrencies. That's what's going to move this deal. So there you go. It's my thought on it. If you want to play the stock, then maybe you want to use credit spreads where you write a put or write a call, buy a put and buy a call against it. You might want to be in the put range, maybe in this 130, 150 neighborhood, well behind the stock, maybe 140 to 160, something like that. You write a 160 put, you buy a 140 put, but you go out a month or so in time. You might do the same for calls. You might write a call and buy a call. You might write maybe ahead of the market, maybe a 310 to a 330, something like that. But again, I'm not a fan of crypto, as you probably know, following me all the time. If you never followed me before, I'm not a fan of crypto. And so I don't really know what the future of this stock can be. I know it can be volatile. That's a darn sure thing. And if you do the put side, stay well behind it, you may find a nice premium there and a nice spread. And then way to go, you'll cash in on the shrinkage of the options as they expire. Join me Monday to Friday when the markets are open live on this channel. I'm on at 8 o'clock for my gold members. I'm also live at 8:30 for anyone. From 8:30 to 10:30 Eastern, 1 hour before the opening, 1 hour into the opening. Join me. I tell you about the market in plain English. I'll give you my opinion on what's going on, and we'll try to make some money together. I love talking about writing options. I'll help you and show you how to do that. I have classes available if you'd like to become part of this channel in more detail. Head to my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. There I am, right there. You can find me there anytime, and if you wish, you can pick up some classes and learn how to write options. Just go to my class tab right there, and then bingo, here they are. There's 17 classes available for you, and you'll learn all about how to write options. Start at class number 1 and enjoy these all the way up to 17. We talk about spreads, poor man covered calls, regular calls, cash secured puts. We talk about everything there, as we do on our live show every day. All right, there you go, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me today. Stockmarketswithbruce.ca is my website, and see you hopefully tomorrow morning before the opening, and we'll see what's going on. We'll see if we can make some more dinero. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you very much. Goodbye for now.